I had a motorcycle accident in 1999. I was hit by a truck on my motorcycle and lost my arm. And they didn't think I was going to make it, and a lot of blood loss and whatnot. And they ended up taking me to Ben Taub Hospital in Houston. And they tried putting the arm back on, wouldn't take, no blood flow, so they ended up finishing taking it off. It was basically off except for some skin back here when I was laying in the street. But they tried putting it on and it didn't work, so they took it off, and about 14 hours later I came out of surgery. And what's funny is I was pretty upset at the time. I knew the arm was off already, and really the only thing I could think about was not being able to play basketball anymore. I played a lot of basketball through high school. I played football, basketball, played everything. And I wasn't going to be able to play basketball anymore, so I remember being upset about that. But I stayed in the hospital for about 6 weeks. My wife, who was my girlfriend back then, came to see me along with my family every day. You know, in front of them, I tried to play it off like it was not a big deal, that I was okay. It didn't bother me. You know, when we were in the hospital, I would crack jokes, and I tried to be in a good mood for them. But you know, every day when they left the hospital, what they didn't know is I had a very difficult time when I was by myself. And just because you don't, as a 19-year-old kid, you don't know what you're going to do at that point with one arm. You think everything is over. Will females find you attractive anymore? Can you play sports anymore? A lot of things go through your head. When I first got home from the hospital, I was okay. Mentally, I was okay for a little while. And then once I started going back out in public, I kind of just started falling apart. I didn't have any confidence in myself anymore. I didn't like who I saw in the mirror. Every time I looked in the mirror, I would see this. I just looked at this and got mad. I didn't like it. It was ugly. You know, you feel less than a man. You feel less than the person you were. I just had no confidence. I couldn't walk with my head up. I didn't want to look at people in the eye. I didn't want to see people looking at me. So I had a hard time with it. And for a long time, for many years, I had a long struggle with myself. I had an internal battle going on with me. A lot of anger, a lot of depression. It took a long time for me to get that under control and deal with that, to get to where I'm at today. So one day, you know, after I got in trouble again with the law, and just one day I decided I was going to turn things around, and no more drinking, no more going to bars and clubs, and no more running around. At that point I had a 3-year-old daughter and my wife, and I just said, that's enough. I've been in jail many times before, and so at that point, that night, I just said to myself that it's all over, and got out of jail. And in March of 2010, I went and joined the gym, and when I joined the gym, I just started working out every day, trying to focus on working out and keep my mind off of other things. And what I noticed was, as I started working out, the more I worked out, my body changed a little bit here and there. I started looking a little bit better, I started getting bigger. And as a direct result of that, I got more confident in myself. I liked myself more. The shoulder, the amputation didn't bother me anymore. I was able to walk outside, walk around the public with my head up, you know, looking at people. It was so the more I did that, the better and the more at peace I came with myself. And so bodybuilding, the gym, working out has played an integral role in my personal rehabilitation, if you will, mentally and physically, obviously. But as a result of it, I'm a better father, I'm a better husband, I'm a better friend, I'm a better person, because I was able to put all that anger and depression behind me and focus on other things. And so now I compete in bodybuilding, and that's something I never thought I would have been able to do, is get on stage with no clothes on in front of a bunch of people. But like I said before, with confidence, when you're confident, things change, your thinking changes, your perspective changes. And so I started competing in 2011. I did my first show, and I've done 4 shows to this point, and 2 second place finishes and a top 5 finish. Competed at the Europa, where I met Rich Gaspari, became sponsored by Gaspari Nutrition. Meeting Flex Lewis has been a big plus for me. He checks in on me, he talks to me, he text messages me, gives me advice. My coach, who's also with Gaspari Nutrition, Max Fairchild, is a good friend of mine. Keeps me motivated, keeps me positive. So one day, after I started competing, we decided, just out of the blue, I decided, I was getting a lot of attention from all the pictures that you see floating around the internet. I just decided to try to do something for somebody else, use this attention or popularity, if you will, to help others that I was getting off of what I was doing. And so we just decided to start, I was like, well, let's start a foundation or something and try to help disabled athletes. So we came up with Able Foundation, and about a little over a year ago. And the whole goal behind that is just to share my story with other disabled people who might be struggling with the same things I was struggling with. Also to financially assist disabled athletes in their competitive sports, whatever their sports may be, bodybuilding or track or whatever it is. Just to be able to give them some support. I know when I lost my arm, I felt like I was the only one. I didn't know anybody else that had an amputation. I didn't see anybody competing. I didn't see anything like I'm doing now. And I think if I did, had somebody like myself to come to me and talk to me and work with me, I think that would have helped me a lot. So that's what I try to do now, is I just try to be a positive influence on people that may be in my same situation. And if I can help them overcome some things and not go down that road that I went down, then that's a win for everybody.
Yeah, so this is an award I got. Athlete of the Year last year for House of Pain and Pose Down magazine. And that was a pretty big honor for me, considering I've been in the sport at that point, I've been in the sport for a year and a half. And to get Athlete of the Year after doing 3 shows, along with all the sponsorships and all the support I've gotten from so many other people, it was just it was an honor to get that award from them. Yeah, so we're 9 weeks out. Feel good right now with the way that I look. My wife's also competing in Texas State in the bikini division, and so we're on track. We feel good and looking forward to it. Stay tuned with Muscular Development for all the updates and the play-by-plays, and we'll see you in October.